For more, we cross now to our reporter Hasina Gori, who's going to be giving us the very latest. She's been chasing the story right from the CBD. Hasina?
Good afternoon. We're coming to you from the command center, which has been set up here at the Mary Fitzgerald Square in the Johannesburg CBD, following that gas blast that took place almost 24 hours ago here at Bree Street, ripping apart parts of the road and really impacting both buildings as well as vehicles in that area. We've seen some road closures taking place, as well as a number of people being injured. The numbers so far standing at 48. The last time we got a briefing from authorities throughout the day, search and rescue teams have been out, ensuring those that may be still trapped under the vehicles or find themselves missing can be found. Shelters have also been set up to ensure that those that have been left homeless following this incident are housed at this point. Throughout this day, we've also got briefings from various officials, including the Premier, as well as the Police Commissioner of the province, Major General Ilyas Mawela, as well as the health authorities, just speaking on those that have been affected. As I said, it was 48 people that have been in hospital, at least 12 that was severely injured. From the health authorities, we're told that no one suffered from any inhalation of gas. That has been a concern, as it's suspected that this gas leakage or the blast that took place was due to some kind of explosion. It's unclear yet what exactly caused this incident to take place. There's also quite a lot of roads that have been affected in the Johannesburg CBD area, but we're here at the command center waiting on authorities to brief us. That briefing was meant to take place at 1 p.m. However, we're told now that there is a delay. The Premier will be here at maybe 2:30, but also that the Mayor is still being briefed at the moment. But I want to bring in one of the organizations that have been here, throughout the night, the Al-Imdad Foundation. Thank you so much for speaking to us. Can you tell us what kind of services is your organization providing right now?
So the Al-Imdad Foundation, we are a local international NGO, and what we do is we provide immediate disaster relief to victims of any disaster, and we work very closely with the disaster management, the local disaster management, and whenever an event or an incident occurs, then we get activated by disaster management, and within the framework of disaster management, we provide that emergency aid that is needed for those victims immediately. So as soon as this incident took place, then we were immediately put on standby by disaster management, and throughout the night now we are awaiting their assessments and to see what the number of people, how much people were affected, so that we can be there to provide them with the aid that they need.
Those that have you spoken to, what has been their accounts? Have you had any interactions with eyewitnesses, and what have they said took place yesterday at about 4 p.m.?
Yes, so the people, you can see they are very traumatized and they were very shocked, and it was something that was very unexpected, like all disasters. And what we could see was there was this sense of like they don't know what to do, which way to go. And disaster management have been effectively trying to house them and trying to see to their needs, and that's where we came in. Like right now our teams are distributing basic necessities like hygiene packs, like mattresses and blankets, to ensure that they are seen to and that they are housed properly till they can now get back onto their feet.
As part of this disaster management team, which other organizations have also been activated, and what kind of services are they providing?
So we find that we have Vision Tactical and we have Fidelity Guard. These organizations, they have been vital in protecting the area and making sure, protecting the people, that they are not in harm's way. And we find that different organizations like Ashraful Aid, like Gift of the Givers, like the Red Cross, different organizations have come and stepped in to try and fill this gap and see how we can see to the needs of these victims of the disaster.
We've heard from officials that they've warned those that should incidents like this take place, that they shouldn't loiter in those areas. What advice would you give people should they find themselves in, there was also concerns of secondary blasts taking place. How should they react?
Yes, so it is very important, and this is where Vision Tactical and Fidelity Guard, where they came in, and their services were essential, because it is for people's own safety, and people are curious and they don't know the danger that is there. And even though the blast already occurred, there could be secondary blasts, there could be some other dangers that are there, so, and other hazards. So it is very important that when something like this happens, please take the necessary precautions, stay clear of the area, be protected, and also warn others that are coming into the area, so that we can provide the safety for everybody. That is the utmost importance, and then we can see at looking at the victims and providing the necessary aid for them.
Thank you so much. That was Al Imdaad Foundation speaking to us here at the command center at Mary Fitzgerald Square, which has been set up following that blast. As mentioned, the blast did take place at 4 p.m. and what we've heard throughout the day, listening to my colleagues who are on the ground speaking to people, really people accounting that they were shocked, that they were traumatized, unsure what happened. Videos that we see on social media of that moment show that when that blast took place, you see those quantum minibus taxis literally coming up from the ground. Some described it as if being in a movie, and really people then running in chaos. We heard yesterday from officials telling people there was concerns that there was gas leakage in the area, but today we heard from the health authorities that no person that had been hospitalized was being treated for inhalation. There were other injuries that took place, no head injuries, but lower abdomen injuries, and so far they were working on ensuring that all those that were in the medical facilities were getting the proper healthcare protocols. Also really a call from the authorities that those that are in the area that should they find themselves in an area where a blast takes place, that they should not loiter, should not stand around, and to remove themselves for fear of a secondary. But also at this moment, I think what we're going to see in the next few days is the housing of those that find themselves with their buildings damaged, and that's where these organizations will come in to ensure, as we heard, that packs are being handed out, food being distributed, as well as basic hygiene, because we know that in disasters most just leave with the bare minimum that they have. We are waiting on the Premier as well as the Mayor of Johannesburg, who are expected to brief the media later today. We're told by these 2:30, but unsure yet what time that will be. But for now, back to you in studio.